Starting off giving all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. I would say this is Kyle coming in, but starting just a little side note. When it comes to the Hebrew names, I was giving more edified on the Hebrew names, and they basically, your name would be the description of who you are, your characteristics, your personality. So I know it's still some got this phone call I gotta make. Got to do it Saturday. But this phone call I got to make to get more into the Hebrew names. But this lesson is going, so you will be hearing me with an actual Hebrew name, you feel me? But this is getting into, this lesson today is going to be titled 2 Major Prophecy Updates, okay? And I saw something on the little Google News, and I saw that about Wednesday, and I already knew that it was going to be a part of my lesson for Saturday, or for Sunday. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into, I have 3 articles, okay? I have 2 major articles, and then on the first article, okay, I have 3 articles. I have the first article, which is a major article, then the second article just goes more into the first article, and then I have the third article, which is a different topic. So, I'm on the computer, and it says, Texas Governor, which is Greg Abbott, declares all-out war on rogue state officials over masks as case surges, okay? So it says, Texas governor declares all-out war on rogue state officials over masks as cases surge. And if you remember anything about Texas, if you learn in your history class, in American history, that bullshit, Texas was once its own country, okay? So fast forward to all the way to today, 2021, it's still in the head. These Texans have that same spirit of, you know what I'm saying, we don't have to follow the government's, the basic rules we'll follow them, but all this other extra shit, no, Texas is one of these states that won't follow them. And I was in the edified like, yeah, it's gonna be a split between the countries, because between the United States, because you're gonna have some countries that's gonna follow them, you're gonna have some states that's gonna follow them, hop right on them. And then you're going to have some states that ain't going for it. And Texas is showing off top that they're one of those states that's not going for it. The state of Texas will continue to vigorously fight the temporary restraining order to protect the rights and freedoms of all Texans. Let's see. I'm going to read one paragraph from the article. Texas Governor Greg Abbott committed Wednesday to continue his battle against state officials and school districts in his state who choose to defy his ban on mask mandates. No, quote unquote, from Greg Abbott himself, no governmental entity, so he calls it an entity, can require or mandate the wearing of masks. Abbott said in a statement, the path forward relies on personal responsibility, so basically power in the people, not government mandates. And remember, like I said, it goes back to Texas being its own little country. How they basically gave their power to their people, and they will let their people, agree to disagree on what was going to happen, the rules and regulations, you feel me? It says, the state of Texas will continue to vigorously fight the temporary restraining order to protect the rights and freedom of all Texans. So like I said, they're showing you right now that, man, Texas is one of these states that's showing you off top when the time comes, man, they ain't going to be following the government orders and all that, and it's going to be a backlash, uproar to that, and we're gonna get right into that, which is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2-3. Verse 2 says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother." And these brothers being of the Edomites, because you got the brothers of Judah. You got the brothers of Israel. You know what I'm saying, with Judites and Ishmael. I said Ishmaelites, so like, fuck no, because I was thinking about the nations, but Judites, and then you got the, Ephraimites and the Levites. Those, all 12 tribes, but those are brothers of Judah, of Israel. And you got the brothers of Edom, you feel me, like the different nations they come from, the Russians and the Germans and the Americans, basically all fall into the Babylonians, all right? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's what it sounds like Texas trying to do. So, like, shit, baby, bitch, we can be our own kingdom. We did it before. Be our own country. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. See, Yahweh shall gonna have it to where they not gonna prevail. They're not gonna prevail in these days. They're gonna fail in all systems that they trying to do. Texas being, you know what I'm saying, one of them states that's that's gonna make it hard for the government to just come in and make new rules and new orders and regulations. And there's a few other states out there. They gonna fail in what they trying to do. And then on top of all that, the government gonna fail in what they trying to do because they're not gonna prosper in this world. They're falling. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all the little end time movies you've seen and doomsday movies and shit. The government, they have to come to drastic measures just to try to keep at least a little bit of control, you feel me, amongst the people. You feel me? Let's see. I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. All these motherfuckers rolling up, man. Anyways, we're gonna run it back. It says, I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. So believe off top that, you know what I'm saying, these upper officials, they seeking out to their truth. Just like if you come into this truth, whether you're a month in or 6 months in or you're in, either you can be 5 years in, you always gonna have somebody over you that you can reach out to as an elder or a mentor, you feel me? And that's exactly what we do in this truth, you know what I'm saying? We need questions or answers, or just the words of wisdom. We reach out to our elders. And that's on the wicked side, that's on the righteous side of the world. Righteous side of the way, the book. Now, what do you think these wicked motherfuckers do? You know what I'm saying? When I say book, I don't just mean Bible. I mean like kind of like pertaining to life. But the righteous side of life, we reach out to our elders and apostles. You feel me? And brothers over us in the camp. What do you think these wicked people do? What do you think the wicked oppressors do? They reach out to their witches and warlocks and all that. And that led me to this second article when I looked up witches and warlocks of today. And this has come from ALETEIA, aleteia.org. This was an article from 10/29/16, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October 29, 2016. The Witches of America is the title of the paragraph. The paragraph says, a documentary was recently released that followed the lives of modern-day witches in America and discovered many witches kept their magic lives quiet and prefer to remain in the broom closet, coming out only to friends and fellow believers. Morpheus, which is the name of one of these little Edomite women that called herself a witch. But this shit real though. Morpheus, for instance, is the alias used throughout the report of a woman whose day job is with the federal government. Wow. So as soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, that's spirit. Let me write to that. So you got these federal agents, these federal governors, and you've all the state governors, and you know what I'm saying, you got the federal governors and all that. You got the council members and all that. And then you got actual witches and warlocks that work for them people. So you put one and two together, somebody talking to somebody and somebody telling somebody something, you know what I'm saying? Like, look how they go. Whose day job is with the federal government, but she is also a respected Bay Area priestess who sings to the moon, who drag crushingly heavy stones down dirt roads to build a hinge to the Morgan, the Celtic goddess of war. There are about 1 million Americans who practice paganism and self-identify as witches, and who practice a nature-worshipping and polytheistic religion which has its own rites and rituals. But what got me the most is how she worked for the federal government, and how the word says, they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Right, they got all familiar spirits, man. That's what these Edomites are. That's what these Edomites do. Because remember, they're the workers of iniquity. They're the workers of unrighteousness, right? So it lines right up together. So then we'll see. Oh man, now I gotta move because it went from nobody right here when I started to now 3 motherfuckers talking and making noise and all that. But hey, it's cool. Cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice. You feel me? Okay. So the third paragraph says, United States to deploy thousands of troops back to Afghanistan for evacuation. Okay. And this little pre-paragraph says, the need for security has overwhelmed existing forces on the ground, prompting the U.S. to announce the deployment of 3 infantry battalions back into its longest war zone, right? And this goes back into the wars and rumors of wars. As soon as I saw that article, I said, oh, I gotta bring that out. Because what may seem to somebody like, oh, that ain't really that important, or it's just 1,000 or 3,000 deployed, you gotta realize, about a few years ago, we had the smallest amount of troops in Afghanistan that we ever had, because we defeated Osama bin Laden, and then I think he was with the Taliban. I think he was. Then y'all remember back then we had, them little ISIS scares and all that. People thought, oh, ISIS gonna invade the country and all that. Well, guess what? Them forces never went away. They only got stronger. You feel me? Them forces never went away. They weren't destroyed. They only got, over the years, they bounced back stronger. 3 U.S. infantry battalions of roughly 1,000 troops each. 2 from the Marine Corps and 1 from the Army, which are already in the region, will deploy to Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul, which is in Afghanistan, I know, to help facilitate the evacuation of American personnel and thousands of Afghans eligible to immigrate to the United States. Even the British government announced simultaneously that 600 of its forces will also redeploy, so go back to Afghanistan to help provide security. An additional U.S. infantry brigade of as many as 4,000 soldiers will fly from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to Kuwait, where they will stage in case they're needed to contribute to the security responses. All right, and this was from August 12, 2021. So that was what, 6 days ago? No, 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So we getting back into this Afghanistan war and Afghanistan crisis, which the Americans so-called took so much pride in saying that they ended and would never happen again under Barack Hussein Obama, who was a fucking Hamite motherfucker. He ain't no first black president. He was the first Hamite president. Imagine the United States of America being led by a Hamite. But they were portrayed to be black. And Kamala Harris ain't even fucking black anyway. She an Israelite. So you see the confusion of faces, man. You see the confusion of nations that's going on in this world. But yeah, basically, man, so these wars and rumors of wars sparking up all over the country, all over the world. I mean, not just the country, but yet right back in Afghanistan. We know Afghanistan plays a major role with the United States as being allies, which all this shit is just some bullshit of on paper that we'll do this as long as y'all don't do this, and we'll play it cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like Bloods and Crips coming together. You know you got an everlasting beef, but at the same time, you play it cool on your side, I play it cool on my side, we good. Do little community gatherings and whoop whoop. Hey man, that's all the United States and America and Afghanistan is doing. But now the Taliban is rising back up. And they not the only little militia or army that's rising back up, it's all over the world. So we're going to go to the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7 and 8. Verse 7 says, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be it. And that's exactly what these are, wars and rumors of wars, okay? Because we already had the wars, and now we going back into the rumors of wars, which is going to create more wars, all right? But World War III going to be the end all be all. Ain't nothing after that except for dust and rocks, you feel me, and bones. For nation shall, verse 8, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, which Haiti getting hit by earthquakes like a motherfucker. I just saw 21 people died there. And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows, okay? It's only the beginning of sorrows, you hear me? And then we're going to jump into the book of Job, Job 5. And this is where the elect, because I always like to include scripts in my lessons at the end on how this applies to the elect and on what the elect would be doing these days just to get like a little spirit booster. You know what I'm saying? Job chapter 5 verse, we're going to do 17. We're going to jump to 19 to 21. And then 21 to 25. Behold, happy is the man that God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. Right. Damn. Because when the Almighty chastises you, when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah chastises you, it's for the better and not the worse. Because if you really go hard in the truth and really strive in the truth and by his word, when you slip up and have those slip ups and he chastises you, punishes you, it ain't, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom of the Lord. The beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord, right? You ain't gonna want to have to go through that shit again. He only gonna make you better, and that's when the blessings start rolling in, okay? And if this video stops for whatever reason, I run out of space on this phone, I'll just start recording on the computer. We're gonna thug it out on the phone for right now. I'm trying to get all of it out though. Probably got like 5-6 minutes, I don't know. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah. In 7 there shall no evil touch thee, right? So even if you go through 6 things, 6 tribulations in life, especially in these major times coming up, you ain't gonna get touched. And then even then when you come to the 7th one, you're not gonna get touched. Oh, what about the 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th? You're not gonna get touched. Because you're who? You're serving who? Yahweh Shah. Yahushua has respect for his elect, man, and he say, not even the dog shall touch Israel, speaking on the elect. Verse 20, in famine, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So all these prophecies, all the two major prophecies that I just came about, we ain't got to worry about that, man. We ain't got to worry about that at all. Just keep doing what you do, striving the truth. That's why I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not worried about having to starve, or I'm not worried about having to, like, man, I need to, you know, go start doing my own thing, you know, spread off, because, you know, where's the money to go build your, like, it's cool and all, but where's the money to go build your own farms and own land and own thing, you know, you can build a, you know, put a garden in your house, in your backyard, but that's only going to last for a while, you know what I'm saying? That takes a while. This word, this knowledge of the word, you know what I'm saying, that's where the instruction starts. You feel me? Not on the back of no top 100 things to do in the doomsday prep survival kit. Nah, we ain't worried about that. We worried about what the word says, man, because that's all you need. And believe me, that's all you need to lead you in these last days. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither thou in the tongue of the serpent, which is Babylon, you feel me? When they come to bite motherfuckers, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Verse 22, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Right. We're going to be laughing at this shit, man. We're going to be laughing with motherfuckers. Oh, my God, I can't eat anymore. And oh, my God, and what is going on, man? My garden isn't even grown yet. And we're going to be laughing at that because we're like, guess what? You should have hearkened to the word of the Bible. That's where it's at. We laughing at these fools, man. These clowns, these bitches out here that think, you know what I'm saying, they can go take the vaccine and be straight forever. For their kids be straight forever. Man, fuck that vaccine, man. Y'all don't even know. Shit. Y'all just see what happened, man. I don't know what you don't know, but I just know not to take, you feel me? For thou shalt be in league. Hold on. Famine thou shalt laugh. Neither thou shalt be afraid of the beast of the earth. Right, so when we running around this motherfucker, we ain't gonna be having to worry about getting bit by no wild snakes, wild raccoons, skunks and shit like that. Wild dogs and cats and shit. And believe me, and for those who have ear, let them hear it to believe. Believe me, it's gonna be tigers and lions running around. These zoos and shit, the animals gonna escape right out. Ain't nobody gonna be able to guard them. They gonna escape right out. That spirit gonna be put up on them to get the fuck out of where they at and go survive on their own. Ain't gonna motherfucker ain't be waiting on no motherfucking zookeeper to come feed him. What that lion gonna do? He gonna find a way. He gonna jump right out that motherfucker, man. If he ain't did it before, he gonna learn how to do that shit. Believe that. But for the elect, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. We ain't gonna have to be worried about none of them. And as far as the league with the stones of the field, in league with the stones of the field, we ain't gonna be having to worry about trees falling on us and shit like that, and lightning hitting us, and motherfucking when it snows, freezing to death, you feel me? Or when it rains, you feel me? Getting stuck in mudslides, none of that bullshit, avalanches hitting, none of that. That's with that spiritual. That's when Yahushua gonna turn us up physically, mentally, and spiritually. But you just gotta believe and hearken to the word, man, and do the works, because faith without works is dead. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin. Right? You ain't have to worry about killing a brother to get food. We ain't gonna have to worry about, we ain't gonna have the spirit of, going and forcing ourselves upon a female, you know what I'm saying, for what she got. None of that. None of that. Hey, man, we serving the Lord, man, in righteousness. Thou shalt know, verse 25, and we're gonna end it there. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy offspring as the grass of the earth. Right, so if you got kids, or if you expecting kids in these times, man, your kids ain't gonna be worried either. They gonna be without worry, man. They gonna be thriving in those times. And I can't even say in these times yet, because we ain't even hit them times yet. But it's so close, man. I can feel it, man. Everybody, if you in this truth, man, you feel it. If you striving this truth, coming under the name of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, man, man, these times is coming. You look up in the sky, you be like, man, you just watch the clouds pass by. And you just say, like, I know one day it's going to be no clouds in the sky, no sun, no moon, only the face of Yahushua and them angels, you know what I'm saying, like y'all, you know what I'm saying, coming as an angelic force to go ahead and, put this old heaven and old earth to rest, man, to establish a new heaven and new earth with those 144,000 men, women, and children, with men leading the way, you feel me? 144,000 kings and queens and children, young princes and princesses, establishing a new heaven and new earth on Mount Zion, man, and it's gonna be lovely, man. But at the same time, we got to go through the things that we're going through. We got to keep striving to the end, endure to the end. Avoid all unrighteousness. We're not perfect, but we are worth it. You feel me? That being said, we're going to give all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, God of Israel, to the 12 tribes of Israel, Blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. If you're in the truth, just keep striving, keep listening, you know what I'm saying, with the open ear. Remember, faith by works is dead, so don't just listen, apply it to your life, seek more of it, and you will find it, man. With that being said, shalom.